Yeah, well, this has been a while coming. I mean, I don't know what took me so long to get around to Rise of the Robots. Just holding it up here so you can see it. But let me tell you something about this game. So, I went to a site called Infidels Retro. I was looking for some games, and amongst the games, I did happen to pick up a few good ones. But I saw this game here, and I wondered. I'd never heard of a game called Rise of the Robots, and unlike any other game I bought before, I just decided to buy it with absolutely no prior knowledge of the game. It was only when the game arrived about a week later that I found out what it was about. And boy did it suck so bad. It blew my expectations through the fucking floor and straight to hell. So how bad is this game? Well, it's one of the worst Super Nintendo games of all time. And that's not saying much. I mean, there weren't that many bad games on the Super Nintendo. Most of them were just mediocre or extremely good, but this one's pretty terrible. So, what do you say we pop it in and find out exactly how terrible it is? Here it goes. Okay, there we go. Okay, so here's Rise of the Robots. Just select one player here, and then we'll go straight into it. Now, the first thing about Rise of the Robots is that the graphics are quite good. Well, that isn't to say they're good now, but take a look back in 1993. It was pretty good for the time. And look, you even have fully rendered cutscenes on a 16-bit console. You also have a great variety of robots. You have your generic ones, the fast and weak ones, the slow and strong ones, but they're all there, and it's very nice to see a nice set of variety in terms of enemies. But that's pretty much where the positives end. Yeah, the gameplay, well, I'll get onto the gameplay, but first of all, there's a story. Yeah, there's a story to this game, as if it needed a story. I don't really gather much from it, except that there's humans, and the humans are trying to fight back against the robots, so they send a cyborg after the robots to try and overthrow the robots so the humans can take power again. It's a pretty generic plot, and I haven't really got much problem with it, except the title of the game is Rise of the Robots. Robots. Not humans, robots. Yeah, they couldn't even get the title right. And if they can't get the title right in this game, what the hell does that tell you for the rest of the game? Unfortunately, the story isn't its weakest point, it's the gameplay. Let me tell you, the gameplay is fucked beyond all belief. The gameplay is so bad, I just can't believe it was made as part of someone's conscious decision to make the gameplay this bad. How do you make controls this bad? It's not just in this game, in any game with bad controls. How do you make it so that it has bad controls? The only excuse I can think up of for this is that one day at Acclaim's offices, it went like this. Hey guys, Mortal Kombat was pretty good, yeah? I think we did a good job on that. Yeah, I think we did a good job on the game. So, you wanna know what would make Mortal Kombat better? I figured it out now, and this is gonna blow your minds. If we gave it like shit controls, we gave it everything that bad controls have, delays, I know it's confusing to figure out, all the works, that would have been fucking brilliant, I bet. Yeah, that's a brilliant idea. I don't know why we didn't think up of that in the first place. Oh, that would be brilliant. You know what else we should do? We should give it like terrible graphics. Graphics that say, wow, we put a lot of effort into this. But they're really saying, we put a lot of effort into making your eyes hurt. Yeah, that would be pretty funny, right? Yeah, we should do that. We should totally do that. We should make that our next project and send it out to the producers. I bet nothing bad would happen. Yeah, yeah, that would actually be pretty funny if we actually did it. Look, I'm going out to break. I suppose you'll come too, and we'll just finish this game in like 15 minutes, send it off to the producers, Job done. Start the next game. You're alright, yeah, I'll catch up with you. Never thought about it that way. Guess we could try that. You do probably realize this is gonna cost us our jobs, right? Look, if anyone asks, he's responsible. The controls are pretty much dead. I don't know how else to describe them. They're just so unresponsive. And even then, the payoff you get for the controls isn't really that impressive either. The moves are pathetic. You get 2 punches and 2 kicks, and I can't really distinguish between them. It's just so clunky and so awkward. I just can't believe that this game was actually made by the same people who made Mortal Kombat just 2 years earlier. Maybe 3, I don't know. But anyway, let's just take a look through Rise of the Robots to see what robots we have. I didn't get too far in this game, I didn't have enough brain cells to lose. But from the 3 enemies that I fought, there was this guy here. His name is Loader, and he's just basically your standard enemy. You fight him, and then you move on to the next guy. Now this is the heavy hitter guy, the guy that's really slow, but he really can't hit hard. So, what's so good about this guy? Well, he's pretty tough to beat, but as soon as you get into his pattern, he's not that much trouble. Except for the fact that the controls do come back to haunt you. Why? Well, as I said before, the controls are extremely unresponsive, so when you try to move away, you get hit. Now, I wouldn't exactly call that fair, but even then that's not the toughest boss battle, because at least the other guy is slow at moving too. And this brings me on to the third enemy. Possibly the toughest in the game to take down is the Mantis. And I have never gotten past this guy. What does he do? Well, he just moves around really fast, and when your controls are so unresponsive, you can barely move at all. And this guy is running circles around you. How the hell are you supposed to beat him? You don't. It's that simple. Overall, I just can't get over how bad Rise of the Robots is. It's bad with a capital B-A-D, bad. It's unspeakably atrocious. It's just terrible. It's one of the reasons that, I don't know, Acclaim Entertainment went bankrupt. And would you believe that there's actually a sequel to this game? Yeah. I mean, I don't have it, but it's definitely out there in the atmosphere. You know? A game that somehow took time and effort to make, I suppose. Maybe this game is really good. I don't know. Anyway, I'll find it, and then I'll review it. But as for Rise of the Robots on Super Nintendo, and maybe the Mega Drive and 3DO and Amiga 81200 versions consequentially, Rise of the Robots is a terrible game. It's just so bad. It is one of the worst fighting games I've ever played, if not the worst. So that is pretty much all I can say about Rise of the Robots. I just cannot stress how terrible game this is. I mean, it's fucking bad, man. Don't ever play this. Don't play this. If you get a choice between dying and playing Rise of the Robots, it's a fairly even match. But anyway, I think I'm gonna review something a little bit better next time. You know, I'm gonna be reviewing something from Stateside. It's completely unrelated to this game, but hey, fuck it, I need to play something, right? I'm gonna be reviewing this game next week. This is John Madden 92.